my name is Lindy Sherries and I used to be a Sangoma. In this channel, I talk about everything, guys. Abokorobela, the secrets that we were taught not to share with you guys, how we used to trick you guys, the spirits, how everything works when you go to a Sangoma for consultation, yamatambo. So whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, please check out this channel so we can talk about it. If you believe in God, let's share the gospel. If you don't believe in God, you can check out the channel too. I want to hear your opinion and I want people to actually share their opinion, not insulting me without saying why. Thank you, and I'll see you on my channel.
Masinya Attorneys Incorporated, a boutique commercial and taxation law firm in Midrand, Johannesburg, South Africa. Strategic lawyers on point with more than 20 years of practice experience. We are professional, capable, and qualified.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in Solomon's Temple. My name is Solomon Izangi Shams. I'm just trying to fix my mic here. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching from across the continent of Africa, we welcome you. Watching from Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Namibia, here in South Africa, in the UK. Let us know where you're watching from right now in the comment section. I appreciate each and every one of you who is coming in. If you're here for the very first time, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is Solomon's Temple. Subscribe to Solomon's Temple. I would appreciate it. And also follow me on Facebook. That's my email address there. And thank you. Inspiration is watching from Canada. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. Yao Gent watching from Colorado Springs in the USA. He said, "You look great, sir." Thank you so much. And we got also Mary. Thank you for watching. We got Kathleen is watching from Windhoek. Thank you so much, Kathleen. And the Panda is also watching from Namibia. Awesome to have you here. There is King Gate watching from Nigeria. Eve watching from Namibia. From Zambia is Mary is watching from Zambia. King Gate from Nigeria. Wonuola, you're watching from Grass. Is that Austria? Somewhere up in Europe. Good to have you here. Sepadi from Alberton in Johannesburg. We got Juliata also watching from Namibia. We have a lot of Namibians in the house, which is really great because this interview that I'm about to conduct is an expose, which you need to share this video. I would encourage you to share this video. Tag your friends so they can come in. Whether you know Apostle Jimmy Nwaba or not, tag this video. I know I have a lot of people in Namibia. I want the Namibians to know the truth about just what's been happening. Thank you, Rumbi, watching from Namibia. Also, there is Taimi, also from Namibia. Angeline from Namibia. Oh, awesome. We got Shimbulu from also Namibia. Francis, also from Namibia. Promise from Gauteng here. Joseph from Namibia. The Namibians are really, they're all over here. They're all over here. Elizabeth watching from Namibia. Karen from Windhoek. Anna, awesome to have you here. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. And there's quite a lot of you guys. I cannot even roll all of it. But all I wanted to do is please tag somebody that right here and let them know they can there's something like this. Share this video even after this broadcast. I want you to share this video because this needs to go out. So what am I talking about in this broadcast? More and more we've seen the role of spiritual fathers and spiritual sons. But when there are allegations of abuse in that sort of relationship between a spiritual father, some people call him Papa, a daddy, and a spiritual son, when there is abuse, when there is allegations of abuse, when there is allegations of manipulation, it needs to be addressed. Right? That is important. It needs to be addressed. not just from one side, but from both sides. So I'm about to bring into the studio Apostle Jimmy Nwaba, who is an apostle in the city of Windhoek in Namibia. I didn't know him until a few days ago. I only got to meet him through somebody in Namibia who brought this whole issue to my attention. I said, look, this is what happened in the month of April. I started investigating it, spoke to this person. She connected me to the apostle. I spoke to the apostle, heard his side of the story. And his name has been bastardized. His reputation is at stake. When a spiritual father begins to destroy the reputation of a spiritual son, it's a problem. When a young man who is just starting the ministry is being destroyed by a so-called spiritual father, there's a problem. So I heard his side of the story. He gave me evidences. And I tried to reach out to the accused, that is Pastor John Anosike, Spirit Revelation Church, Ecclesia, that is in Cape Town. You know the reply he gave me? I think I actually forgot. I'm going to screenshot the reply and put it here, just so you would see the kind of reply you get from a so-called man of God. The first thing is he said to me, I told him, these are the allegations against you, and it will be good for you to say something. He just called me an idiot. Now, I've had history with him where there were accusations and allegations that were brought forward of him sexually abusing girls. I'm saying this for the very first time here. And again, these are allegations. And I went to Cape Town, confronted him on it, even spoke to one of the girls. He took responsibility for some things and he didn't take responsibility for certain things. When the time is right, I'll bring all of this and put it out here. But anyway, that's for another day. So let me invite Apostle Jimmy Nwaba. Thank you so much for joining me from Windhoek, Namibia.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Solomon. Thank you.
So we're here. First time having you here, and also let's get to know a little bit about yourself, how you got into ministry, what sort of ministry you're into, and a bit about your church plant there in Windhoek.
All right. So I think I gave my life to Christ when I was practically, I think, 15 to 16 years, and I gave my life to Christ. And
speak a bit louder.
Am I bit? Yeah, I'm actually always low sometimes. I will try to be louder.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I was saying, I gave my life to Christ somewhere like when I was 15, 16 years old. And it was not intention to become a man of God. That was none of the picture. I never even thought of it until the visitation from the Lord began to come. How Jesus met me and visited me, angels, and God began to tell me about who I am, what he wanted to do with me, and all that together. And I began a ministry back home in Zambia. I was serving under the Pastor Msonda in his ministry later on, but I was born again in a UCZ church, where I met God and began to serve God until God led me to my Pastor Msonda. And he grew me up in the Word of God, taught me how church should be, how to conduct myself, how to treat people, and all that together. I learned a lot from that man, and I'm still entirely grateful to him until today. And I began a ministry called the House of Prayer when I was in Zambia. It was an interdenomination where I used to gather people from all walks of life. And we did some massive crusades back home in Zambia until 2014. And the Lord told me to stop everything because there was a preservation that was coming over my life for the work that he had to do with me in the future. And I cut everything up. And I remember I came here in 2015. In 2015, I had here and there made some services and ministry. And in 2016, and I shut everything up. And I resumed church again only after I got married in 2018. And then I resumed ministry in 2019 because I was trying to keep my integrity and not only to serve God while I was single. I made up my mind I'm not going to serve God while I was single. I married in 2018 and started ministry again in 2019. Just when we started everything, boom, COVID hit. So we had to stop again and we struggled to get a building and we only resumed ministry yet again in 2021. That was in September in 2021. And then that's how I got convicted when I saw the videos about Pastor John, because practically the demonstration of power, the moving into power, that's what everybody knows me for. Anybody that is here knows me, that I'm a man of power and I'm moving that demonstration. So I saw something that was completely similar between me and him. So, and there was this deep hunger in my spirit to connect to him. And I loved everything about him. And I still have a ton of respect for him until today. And that's how I met him in June last year. And I submitted under him. He took me in until we got to where we are today. So basically, that's some few things. I've not even done so much advertisement about who I am. I was gonna do that now. This was my moment. Even the church knows that we have not even launched the church as a ministry. We were about to launch the church end of May. Of end of May this month was our month that we're about to launch the church and get our own permanent building and do all that all together, that people can begin to see what I'm all about. Yeah. So basically, that's what I've been in hiding. I've been in preservation for all this time. Only people that really know me from a close relationship, they know what kind of person I am. That's why even getting this information is not only breaking to me, it breaks a lot of lives, a lot of hearts, because they've had an experience with me. They know who I am. I'm not a money-centered person. I'm not that person. So yeah, so basically that's a few words I can say about me. Yeah.
So you were still very much, I mean, you planted a young church, very
Yeah.
just a few years now, and you yourself young with a wife and a little
Yeah.
baby,
Yes.
and having a burden to see God's power be manifested in the lives of people through healing,
Yeah.
deliverance, an
Exactly.
explosion of that power. It was something that
Yeah.
you saw in Pastor John Anosike of
Yes.
Spirit Revelation in Cape Town. And
Yes.
you visited his place a few times, isn't it?
Over 7 times. I used to visit, I think after I met him almost every month, I used to be there.
And I was
In the
told
same.
you used to encourage people to visit him in buses.
Yes, I actually took a group of people, like up to over 60 people. I put them on a bus and I took them just to go there and experience. I took pastors there to go and experience what God was doing. I'm selfless when it comes to the work of God. It's not about me. It's about the kingdom and the house of God, the church at the end of the day. So I took masses of people and I took them there, and they know that. Yes, and I did that.
Mm,
Over 60, 70, 80 people. I took them there. Yes.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
That was, I think,
Now,
last year. It was last year.
now, what was that moment where you feel you need that connection with him in your encounter with him? What was that moment where you feel uh, now you want to maybe submit under his leadership?
Mm, mm. I've never really had somebody who had the capacity of what I carry, in the sense that somebody who would nurture what is inside me. Like for instance, I gave an example. I wish I would play a video of me in 2016 demonstrating the power of God years back. You would literally see a replica of what he does in terms of demonstration and all that together with me. You would see so much, but I saw somebody who is out there, who God is using in the similar manner that he is using me, and he has thrived, not only thriving. I saw the message, the incorruption message. I stand for purity. I stand for truth. The message, everything was, corresponding to what I am. I had this deep connection. That's why even up to now, I'm not here to speak any ill against the man. I'm just here to state the facts straight. But this is the truth. This is what I saw. I saw the man of God. I saw something in him that was residing in me, and somebody who has enhanced the whole process, somebody who is operating in that dimension. There was this corroboration. Somebody was making a joke. I keep a mustache, as you can see. It's always been here. I always keep my hair. I've always had my hair, and he does the same. I didn't start doing it when I met him. I've just been like that ever since, and I've just been simple. There's a simplicity that about me, but what I carry is not simple. I would use stuff like words like that. Yeah.
Because I want also people to learn from your experience that sometimes we see leaders, pastors, prophets on television, and we got close to them, but we don't really know who they are.
Definitely. Until you get closer.
You were quite shocked with some of the things that happened last month in April.
Yes.
And how your name, how you've been attacked from the pulpit.
100%.
You've been called a criminal.
Yes.
How your photo was shown in the church. A matter of fact, telling the church that why are they showing the good photo of you? They should show an ugly photo of who you are.
Yes.
This is someone that you were willing to submit under.
Yes, definitely. Somebody you sacrifice money, everything to put up what we put up.
And this is somebody that also, when you visited his church, you and your wife, he prayed for you guys.
Yes.
And he prophesied for you guys. I'm going to just play the audio for people to listen to the voice of Pastor John Anosike. I'm not going to play the video. I'm going to play the audio. If you want to see the video, you can go check it out online. It's there. So I'm going to play the video of him, how he endorsed you.
Exactly.
This was about 10 months ago. And then 10 months later, he's calling you a criminal. If he be a man of God, how come he never decoded that in the spirit? Until there was a money issue, which he, according to you, lied again. We're here to just put facts. We're not here. We don't do personal attacks here. Pastor John called me a fool. Let me show you, just so you know, I gave Pastor John an opportunity to respond. I told him about this interview yesterday. This is his reply, right? This is what I wrote him. Hello, John. I hope you're well. This is Solomon. I've received some allegations from Pastor Jimmy in Namibia about your financial lies and blackmail and attack on his person. I've seen all the evidences, video, audio, and text messages. I intend to have him give his side of his story on my YouTube channel and other media outlet also. This is his reply. You are an idiot. This is a man that I flew to Cape Town to try to resolve some of his problem. He said, you are an idiot. You are about to pay for your wickedness. So he's calling me wicked. This time around, you will not go free. That I promise you. Don't you ever contact me again. Any attempt on me, we will meet in the highest court of the land. So these are threats. He says, thank you. You have. So I said to him, thank you. You have the right of reply. I didn't call him an idiot back. Then he continued, yes, I did it intentionally to activate your stupid ignorance.
Wow.
This is a man who is leading thousands This is a man who is on TV. And you think I'm going to be blind to follow people like that? That clearly they don't have character. Clearly he doesn't have no character. But let me play you an audio of him praying for you and your wife. Just so everyone watching, we're here to put facts. And this is what we're going to do. This is the first part. On Thursday, we're going to do the second part. And we're going to address what John said from the pulpit about you. You're going to defend that. So this is what, when you guys were visit 10 months ago, this is what he said about you.
Father, increase this pastor and the wife that came. Increase him. This is a mighty man of God. He's been here since Sunday. All the way from, is it Namibia? All the way from Namibia with the beautiful wife. And their
so he's pretending he doesn't even know where you're from.
They had to bring the child for the man of God to dedicate him. Give God praise for their lives, amen. Mark this man. He's going to be one of the remnant preachers in our time. I will give him a prophecy, but for you and your ministry. All your members will see the glory of God upon your life. By the time you return to Namibia, you will take over Namibia. By the power of the Holy Ghost. By the power of the Holy Ghost. That's it. This man will reign. Namibia is waiting for him. The unction that I carry is upon him. I love his testimony on Sunday. Very powerful testimony. Namibia will see. Are you hearing me? When I see men that are hungry for reality, they're the ones you impact. You see. Jesus. Give you praise, Lord. This man, I respect him. Yes, I do. Yes. Melt me, mold me, feel me, and use me. Spirit of the lead.
So, just a snippet of that. What happened that night? This is from a video. What happened that night?
Yeah. Those are still one of my best moments, you know, when I was with him that day with my wife, and he called me out as usual, as he said in that video anyway. And he blessed me and told me that about the greatness. You see, I think there are two. There's another one. If you listen to it carefully, when he asked me, what do you want? I wasn't looking for anything. I was looking to serve God, because
yes,
I know
I saw that video.
Yeah, because I know what I carry. There's something on my life. It's evident. People that have followed me for years, they know what I'm talking about. I needed a man who would guide me. You know, somebody would rebuke me when I've done something wrong. Somebody would tell me, my son, that's not how we do things. You know, ministry is done in this way. The Lord showed me about the greatness that was coming in the future, about masses of people that are going to come. I haven't experienced such a thing, like to handle 10,000 of people at the same time, and, you know, having branches all around the world and people all around me. I don't know that. You know, for me, this was another lesson to learn, to know how to behave as a minister, how to handle myself, somebody to report to when I'm in trouble, who can pray for me the same way I pray for other people. You know, I was longing for that. Me and my wife, we had been praying for that for years, actually, just to have somebody we can submit to, somebody we can learn from, you know, and all that together. And then suddenly we have this. this was everything for us, and for me it was an amazing experience. And like I said, I cannot, insult that moment for any second. Even when he was calling me names and all the things he was saying, I recalled the words he said, and I said to myself, you don't curse blessed people. It didn't even move me. You can't
Wouldn't
curse me
work.
because of money.
Yeah.
You can't curse me for that, and all that. I'm like, I didn't come to you and then you called me into ministry. I was called into ministry. Heaven visited me. I know how Jesus spoke to me. I know the words God gave me about me. It's not like I was called yesterday and then you just come and expire me. It doesn't work like that. So these are things I said I need to make the record. I need to state the fact straight and put things in order. This is not right. Yeah.
In case you're joining us
Yes.
for the first time, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Solomon's Temple. If you're watching on YouTube, please just go and click subscription, and you can check out other videos that we've made before. So this whole tension now came in where you planned for a 3 days of power. Is it 3 days of power in Namibia, in Windhoek?
Yes.
An event last month, and you invited him to speak for the 3 days, but he came for just 2 days. Tell us about this event and what happened.
Yeah, the event was actually, just to begin from the beginning of it. We planned the event. Obviously, was aware. We actually invited him even before we even introduced the event. I actually made mention to him. I was with my wife in his office, and I told him that we would love you to come. He wanted to come and visit me at my ministry, but I said no. It just doesn't make sense. A man of your caliber is coming in my country, and then you just come to my ministry. I didn't see the logic in it. I said, I want to see people being blessed the same way that all of us have been blessed. We want to see everybody being blessed by your anointing and the grace of God upon your life. Let's bring it to the nation. We'll be willing to put our tools on the table and organize this meeting. And then I think a month or so, he got back to me to say, yeah, the Lord has approved that you come to Namibia. And we began to organize. We budgeted for over 500,000. Which we didn't ask a cent from him, by the way.
So he didn't put any cent. You took care of everything. I have seen the budget. I have seen the list of everything. About close to 500,000.
Yes, over 500,000.
Over 500,000.
Because even the amounts we actually added when it comes to the renting of the hall was not even accurate. We actually spent more than what we anticipated. The amount of money that we spent even for the chairs was actually more than we anticipated. All that was a lot that we put together just to make sure that the event was a success. And we bought the air tickets, by the way, just to set the record straight. We bought the air tickets, about 4 air tickets.
Let me just put it out there, just so people would see. This is a ticket, a South African Airways ticket that was bought. I want you to look at the date, 1st of April, and the time to fly. And these are business class tickets, right? 4 business class tickets.
2 business class tickets,
Yes, I want everyone watching to take note of that, because I would play you an audio where Pastor John later on went to a pulpit and actually said that he had to drive for 14 hours to get to Namibia. But he never told people that you bought him a ticket.
4 air tickets.
But him and his protocol team tickets. He never said that. He was pretending and lying to people that he had to drive because he wants to go and support his son. So he drove all the way. So it seems like he's doing some sort of sacrifice. And you guys had to, even later on, you had to go and cancel the ticket.
Yeah. And if you look at that cancellation, that's for Airlink. Like I said, there are 4 air tickets.
This is another one here.
Yeah.
This is South African Airways.
So there are 4 air tickets, that we got.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
So what happened? You bought the tickets. They never used the tickets. What did they say about the tickets?
There was not really much because he said he can't fly for 4 hours. It's too long.
And then
It's
he
too long.
decided to drive for 14 hours.
Yeah. So because there was no direct flight from Cape Town to Windhoek, it has to go to Johannesburg and from Johannesburg to Windhoek. So that was the problem. Yeah. So he
And
chose
then
to
he
drive.
decided to drive. He decided to drive for 14 hours.
Yeah, basically.
How does
He
that make
drove for
sense?
14 hours. It didn't make sense, but I had no choice. I had no options. It's him. What he says is what we follow. He's the father, so we listen to what he says. So he came by road, yeah, but in the videos he states that he had to drive, but that was not our arrangement. Even the hotels, we are the one who paid for the hotels. I paid the hotel where he was staying, the Safari Hotel, and we also paid for the protocol as well, which was not also in the budget, but we still went ahead because he said we must pay for them. So we paid for them as per
So
instructed.
the event was supposed to be for 3 days. He came
Yes.
before the first day. He was there from the first day.
Yeah, he was there on the first day. And the very first day when he got on the pulpit, he said, this is going to only take place for 2 days. And it's not going to be in the evening on Saturday. It's going to be in the morning on Saturday. So the place was jam-packed. People came from all walks of life, from the north, from every part of the country. People came, the sick, even from Angola, from Zambia, from Botswana. People came from the US, from the Philippines. They all came here. And people were sick. I will not lie to you. We had all sections which we had just set aside for those who were sick. We just set it aside for those who were sick. And yeah, we'll talk about later. I think on the second video. So we had the whole thing put together in section. Everything was put up, but he canceled the thing. And I pleaded with Bob, who was perhaps speaking to him and organizing everything, to say, look, you have to put this on the Facebook page that there are changes, because we're going to have a commotion. People will come in the morning and masses will still come in the afternoon, because most people are aware that it's supposed to be in the afternoon. So, and that there will not be Sunday, so they can, if they have to make plans to be there, those who can't be there on Saturday and Friday, they can make other plans to make sure that they are there on that particular day. He said, okay, you will find out. The day went by, nothing was done on the page. The second day, nothing was done on the page, and the conference ended without that happening. We had a serious commotion as we are driving out. We were taking him out of the conference. As he's leaving, people are driving in. We had people coming until 8 o'clock in the night because dates were changed and there was no information. People were crying. People were insulting actually for lying to them. You know, people have been complaining from all around the country about how they were taken for granted. People who came there that you are sick, we needed help
So he
and all that
decides to
together.
change things and to move things without really
Yeah,
consulting anybody. He just
yeah,
makes
no,
decision without even
I, I
consulting
did,
you, who is the
I
host.
did not know. He just said it on the pulpit. He's Papa, so there's nothing I can do.
No, but his
He's the
papa
one who's
doesn't mean he's
running.
just gonna come and not move things and just change things. His
Yeah,
papa, then what? He's going to
but the
affect a
thing is,
lot of people.
I mean, that's the point. He is the one who came to do everything. But at the end of the day, we took the blow as a ministry.
Yes,
We took the
but
blow
you're not
because people
supposed
were
to take
coming rushing on us. The numbers
you're
were
not
us.
supposed to
People were
take the
falling.
blow because you took
Mhm.
the blows from people, and he went back to
Mm.
Cape Town. A few weeks later, he now started hitting you too. He was blowing at you
Exactly.
from his
Mhm.
pulpit. So what
Exactly.
would that do to you as a person, your family, and also to your ministry, your young ministry?
And that's why we're here right now,
I'm
because this
saying
is not
this
who I am.
because a lot of
Yeah.
people, I understand the whole idea of respecting our spiritual fathers or papa or whatever, but you can't just come and move
Yeah.
things around when God is not, when you are changing things around like that. That is clearly not God. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's keep
Yeah.
that away. Tell us about the meetings. What happened during the meetings? And money was also raised.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
and that was the
basically, yeah.
beginning of some problem.
was the beginning of the problem. Let me just state something. We applied for the visa, like I think maybe a month before the conference. We submitted the visa, but it took some time for us to get the answer. And eventually we got the answer, I think after 2 weeks, that the visa was denied. And
that's his visa and his team.
yeah, his visa was denied. So we had to reapply for the visa, and we needed another week for the visa to be approved. And it did take a week. On the Friday, we got the answer. So we basically had something like, practically, we're talking about, we moved Saturday because I was out of town. I have a ministry in Swakop where I was ministering as well. So we're talking about 5 days, which is a Sunday to the Thursday, to organize the conference. And we are talking about a lot of money that needs to be put here. And if I look at clearly, my people or my children, they would confirm with you, the monies we raise from our people, and it could not even amount to 100,000. And we need 500,000 plus to put up the whole situation. I went off my way. Even the Ramatex hall, I paid from my own pocket. The visa as well, I paid from my own pocket. Many things that it's not even actually appropriate for me to mention what I paid with my own pocket. But basically, we had a chunk of money at the end of the day that was missing, up to almost 200 or 200,000. And we tried by all means to begin to bring it down. We had a situation where even his own person, Bob, knew that the sound system guys, the organizer, put the tools down to say, we need the money. If the money is not given, we are not going to continue with this thing until the full money is paid. And we're talking about, we are looking for like to give the guys like about 150,000 that they need to be given right there on the table. And we don't have that amount of money to give them that moment. And we had to find ways to make sure the money was actually brought on the table. We negotiated with the guys and they switched back the system for them to continue with the crusade. That was on a Friday. So we raised a bit of money on Friday for offering, and on Saturday, so it was altogether coming to 49,000 somewhere there. And we had to use that money to actually put up and pay some bills, but that was not enough because we still had about almost over 130,000 that was still outstanding after we did everything after the conference. So during his raising of the money, he raised the money for the City of Sons. Or did I move too fast?
No, keep going.
All right. The raising of the money, and the money was raised, and one gentleman, I think I need to state that because it will be in the video. There is a gentleman from the US who gave a 50,000, which was given as a seed, but I'll go in details about it, I think on the next video. 50,000 and the other monies that were given. So altogether, his money, if we put it together through the pledges of the captains, which means of the City of Sons, excluding the money that he collected, that he went with in terms of the dollars, the rands, and all that together. Though on the video he says he went with nothing. We didn't know.
Yeah, I'm going to play that audio as the last part of this first part of my conversation with you, and then we're going to continue with the conversation on Thursday. Just so people would know some of the accusations and the lies that you were saying he made from his own pulpit about you and about your conduct.
Yeah, definitely. Because I want to address every question, every point that he says. I'll counter it if it's true. I'll say it's true. There's no reason to lie. There's no practically any reason for that. So he says there's no money that was given to him. He took money. I'm the one who gave him the money with him. So it's not like somebody's accusing him. I was with him when the basket was given. The instructions were very simple.
So tell me about that, because he used that saying that people, from the video, he said people decided to give. He didn't ask them. They decided to give through his building fund called the Sons of City of Sons or Sons of City. You know, that's what he claimed.
No, he made the article. He made the article for people to come and pledge. It was public. Everybody knows that. And people, some gave cash, some swiped. And let me use the word, 95% of everybody that was standing there made a promise to pay the money. They did not pay the money. They said they are going to pay the pledges. They didn't redeem them instantly. They said they'll give it. So if we put the money that was given, the seeds and the City of Sons that we had access to was going to 88,000. I want to state those facts very clear. It was going to 88,000 something. The offering was going to 40 something thousand, almost 50,000. But he told me I need to give him everything. Literally, I mean everything. The offering, the seeds, and the ones for the City of Sons, which we didn't have a problem. I think I remember when I brought this to my leaders.
But why would you give him? Why would you give him everything? I'm a father. I went to a son to support his work and everything. Then I'm telling you to give me all the offering that was taken for every single day. Send it to me, right? And he has more money. They have more resources in their church than you. Does that really make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. But you're like,
For me, that is pure manipulation. He came to take from you guys. But then the reverence that exists between a son and a father, sort of like you have no objection over it anyway. Because of the respect that you have for him.
The man.
Yes. Yeah. And this is the same person who actually said that you used, I'm going to play the video. I'm going to play the audio. You used the money to buy a house, a mansion, and a car. So how does that even happen? Like, so you bought a house and a car in a week, or is it 2 weeks?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What I would want for Pastor John to do is to show us the photo of the house that you bought, the photo of the car that you bought, because if he's sure you bought a house, he should put it out there. Just like he put your photo there in his church and discredited you. He must do the same thing and put the photo of the house and the car that you bought. Because from what you were telling me, you guys, at the end of the day, you hosted everything at a loss, and you have to take money from your own pocket to pay off.
Yeah, we actually got in debt because of it. We are in debt as we speak now. We are even indebted to him because of that. So then he said I should give everything to him, but he gives directives to me that you don't send the money until every single person has paid the money. The single cent has paid the money, then you send the money. So I told my leaders.
So that was his instructions.
That was his instruction. I have the records. I think I showed them to you as well.
Yes.
The messages on what when I was arguing with the statements. And he's used a word, a very strong word. And you say you must only give after people have paid the money. So okay. So I told my leaders, I was with them. Well, I don't do things without consulting and speaking to them. I said, look, he wants also the offering, but we have a bit of a leverage, perhaps.
Was that the arrangement, though, for him to come and take the offering with him?
We never discussed it. It was never discussed. It was never spoken about. It was spoken to me the moment I'm taking him to the hotel. And I didn't even know the basket must follow him.
So what happened? So now he took an offering, a special offering. People put money in the basket. And then what happened from then onwards?
We went with it to the hotel.
Who took the money from? So your people took the money to his car?
Yes,
or was
they
to his
took the money. The protocol told them to say the money is needed. And I instead them say he wants the basket. Get the basket, everything, don't touch nothing. Get the way it is and bring it to the car. So they took it to the car.
The offering basket went into his car, and then they took it to his hotel room.
Yes, to the hotel. Thank God I'm not the one who drove that basket. They drove it. I was driving him. in the Range Rover. So we took him to the hotel, and he told me to, I'm the one, he told me to pour the thing on the floor. I poured on the floor. He
All the
told me
money.
to separate all the money and the numbers, people that pledged, people wrote it on the piece of papers. So I had to separate the money from the papers, and the dollars, the rands, and international money from the Namibian dollar, in which I did. And I gave him the US dollars, the rands, and everything else that was there. The only money that was remaining that was Namibian dollar was about 15,200, which my leaders are aware of. Thank God they know everything. They are aware of this amount of money that was separate. I came with it in an envelope when I came back to the hall to finish up the whole service. I mean, to finish up the whole pack up and all that was remaining, and to negotiate with these service providers that we had. They were on my neck like nothing. And that was in a weekend. We have nothing to do. We can't do anything. I even opted, my daughter is a witness here. If she is here, I opted, we need to go to the bank and get an overdraft just to make sure that we clear out this situation that was on the table. I was willing to put my account on the line because I know I get money in my account. So it was not going to be a problem. I was going to get something to clear out one or two things concerning this overdraft and all that together. So we spoke about it, we discussed it, and we said, okay, if he wants the money at a later stage when everybody has paid, because we know they are not going to make these payments now. We know our people. Namibians know themselves. We then took the money that was present in the account and tried to clear up some bills that were present because there was a lot of money needed. So we cleared up the bills, expecting that by the end of this month or within the month of May, when our monies are back together, we are also going to get some money as a ministry, and we're going to put it on the table and give it to him as a seed from Home of Power. We're willing to go to that extent of doing that as well as a ministry. And I sent him a message on a Sunday to explain to him, and I spoke to the gentleman, Bob, that we had a situation here. People kept coming after the service was done on Saturday, and this was a situation. We had over people flooding in, coming and coming and coming. People didn't know this was canceled. You know, obviously, he won't say anything about it. So, and then I texted him to explain to him that if it's possible that we could arrange a one-on-one for certain people, like prominent people. I also wanted people that met him, I mean, my people that supported the ministry, supported what we're doing, for them to have an encounter with him. He did not reply to me, so I had to wait for his response. I only got a call that was on a Wednesday. I was about to have service. My children are also a witness, where I had to cancel one-on-one because I got a very grievous phone call. And what this guy is screaming at me, is telling me names, calling me things about the things we didn't do right, how I lied about things I was organizing, like the police escort, so many things. I don't want to go into details about that. So I sent him a very heartbroken message to him. I think you do have it. I sent it to you as well.
Let's backtrack a little bit. I want to zoom into that one-on-ones. There was something he said, according to what you told me. When you tried to arrange a one-on-one, later on he got back to you and said that, look, if we're going to have a one-on-one, anybody that is willing to come to me for one-on-one must not come to me empty-handed.
Yeah, he didn't give me, obviously there was no pricing to say no.
There's no price, but he said people must come with money, with something.
I told even my team, they're aware of it. I told them, say, look, we are going to organize here, but they need to know that if they're going to see the man of God, they don't have to come to him empty-handed. It was very difficult for me really to bring it to the people because I don't do that. I don't charge anybody.
So you don't do that. You don't ask people to pay for one-on-ones. But then now you have John Anosike. He's saying if you want a one-on-one personal administration for the people that are there, I understand that. So, but he is saying if they're coming to him, they must come with something. And there was this guy that came to the US or whatever.
Yeah.
He
so
paid.
That's how we ended up with the 50,000 situation.
Yes.
So the gentleman, I actually spoke to him and I told him the incidents to say, you can't see, these are the instructions I have if you have to see him. And you must remember, they send me the name, the face of this gentleman, and I do have it as well on record. They sent me the face of this gentleman and said, Papa has approved to see this man. I don't have his number. I don't collect people's number. Even my own people in the church, majority of them don't even have my number. I have nothing to discuss about with them. For me, it's ministry, the work of God, and my family, it ends there. I don't do so many personal back chatting, only with a few people that have decided to draw close to me. Not even my own friends. Most of them don't even have my number. I don't look for numbers for anywhere or from anybody. I don't do that. So they send me a picture of this and says, this is a picture that you have to the person has to see him. But I have conditions. And then I told the gentleman, this is what you're going to do. You have to give. So he gave a 50,000. He didn't give it to me. It was with my daughter again when he's doing the swiping, and he swiped the money and he gave that 50,000. And I took him after the conference when that basket was going along with us. That gentleman, we had to put him also in the car to go along with us to the hotel. And at a later stage, Papa saw him, and that's how he got to the knowledge that this gentleman actually gave 50,000.
He came from where, that gentleman?
He came from the US.
He came from the US. Okay.
Yeah, he came from the US, but he is based in, he's an Indian man that is based in the US. And that's how I gave the guy the go ahead, and he saw Papa, but on the video, he said that the gentleman had a conversation with him and he was instructed to go give the money, but there was no such instruction. I gave the directives based on what he told me. Yeah.
Let me play that video. Let me play the audio for you guys to listen to some of the accusations. And these accusations, we're going to answer it in-depthly. Apostle Jimmy is going to do that in our next broadcast on Thursday at 8 p.m. We're going to be back for the concluding part. But these are very serious allegations. This attack for somebody to come all out and call another person a criminal. Somebody that you just prayed for 10 months ago, someone that you were with a few weeks ago, and he took money from him and his congregation. And this is a young church coming up. Let me just play you that audio now.
That one is a criminal.
So that's the first thing he said, right? Yeah. That one is a criminal. Do you guys get that? Let me play that again.
Yeah.
That one is a criminal. I honestly speaking, I would say that boldly. Mark that guy. You see, Pastor, what was him again?
So he's forgotten your name.
Suddenly.
You see the whole thing. That is just not right. That's just not right. That's just not right.
Jimmy, be careful of that guy. Let me tell you what he did. All the monies he ever raised. I went for a conference. I suffered. I was tired. I drove.
Okay. I suffered. I was tired. I drove. But he had a choice of flying, right? He said he was going to fly. And they booked his flight. This is the proof that his flights were booked. Not just him, but his entourage, 4 of them.
No, it was for him only because he kept changing the air tickets. He told me to buy this one, buy this one, buy this one. So I had to keep buying.
Yeah.
On one person's name, yeah.
On one person's name. So they book his flight anyway. But here, he's sort of like trying to get some sympathy. He's sort of like trying to show that this is what he does with people. And I find that very disturbing because there are other younger men of God, pastors or apostles like you, Jimmy, who also want to connect with him, and they will not believe he would go the extra mile for them. but he never gave them the big picture. He never told them he went there and left with baskets of money, offering money.
Yeah.
Let's listen to it more.
Suffered for 2 days.
Suffered
On the road to Namibia, 14 hours. People came and he raised the offerings. I said, take all the offerings, no problem.
You raised offering, and he said, take all the offerings, no problem. I wouldn't want you to answer that now. We're gonna answer that in the second part, because we're going to show some of the messages between the two of you.
Yeah.
How he even got to a place where he has blocked you, blocked your number.
Yeah.
All the monies he raised in my name. This guy bought a house.
So, guys, I have a bit of a problem. How do you say all the money he raised in my name? Who is your name? What is your name outside of the name of Jesus? You don't have a name if Jesus is not there. We must be mindful of the languages that we use, because that we are inflating ourselves. It's getting to a place of pride. We must listen carefully when some of these guys speak.
He bought a house.
Okay, you bought a house
a car.
and you bought a car. Is that true or false? You bought a house and you bought a car. Is this the house that you bought? This one you're in now?
You must give proof.
He must show us the photo. I mean, he knows you bought a house. Show us the photo.
I will give the proof. I'll come with the proof on Thursday about the situation. I know about a house. Maybe somebody, I don't know how I bought that house, and I don't know how I bought that car. Yeah, so I'll bring my proof.
Let's assume he's just lying. He's just there and lying because he wants to paint you all black.
And that's the situation. Nothing else. It's to paint me.
And then you leading a church of 1,000 people or so from the pulpit, lying. Dangerous. I feel so sorry for people who follow John Anosike. I feel sorry for you guys. John Anosike is a pathological. He has a problem. He's very arrogant. I've dealt with him. I've been to his office. I've had lunch with him. I have done all of that. In trying to resolve a problem of accusations on him. Anyway, let's
by hosting me. But where he made a mistake was also he took everything. Even a brother, one of my sons from the US, came and redeemed his vow for the city of sons. There, I asked him to redeem it there.
So that's the 50,000 you spoke about.
Yeah. There was no conversation before the giving between him and the guy.
Yes,
there was no conversation between him and the guy. It was after I brought him to the guy, because he told me he's been trying to talk to him. I should make a way to speak to him. And that was a way. So where they spoke before, maybe, I don't know. And how he was instructed to give here, I don't know. Because I told him to give. Yeah.
Okay.
He swapped it there. This guy ate everything. Even to send one cent. Even to this guy had to call him from the US. I said, please pay it back to my account. He said, give me weeks. He said, give me some weeks, I'll pay it. I was shocked. Do you know, there are things, I didn't sleep for days. I couldn't. Source of God, it's not even about the money. It's about that this guy goes by an apostle.
So he's saying it's not about the money.
Yeah.
I find this very contradictory based on what you presented to me, the evidences.
Yeah. So I'll answer all these things, all of the things. And
there's more. What we're going to do is when we come back on Thursday, I'm going to play the whole video and then we're going to go through blow by blow and then you're going to answer it. But you were saying something.
Yeah, because the situation here is the fact that you are painting my name to the world and you're not going after my name. You are going after what God called me for. And that for me, that I don't take lightly. I'm not on this earth to accumulate wealthy, to accumulate money. That's not who I am. People will tell you, I'm not a money-centered person. Even my ministry have no idea how much I pay for my house. They have no idea how I eat and what I eat. And I'm saying this publicly. They will confirm with you. The money that is given in the ministry, even the tithes, I don't collect them. One has to understand that. Even the prophetic seed that is given after the service in my ministry, I don't collect it. I still leave it for the church to use it. That's how I'm not money-centered. I have a ministry in Swakop. I drive there every Saturday, every Thursday. I'm driving to Swakop. I stay in a guest house. I'm there every Saturday. I have few people that would support what I do, but it never comes from the church. Never comes from the church. And they can all confirm with you. Even online, they can confirm with you. And that's who I am. I'm not money-centered. I don't extort money from people. I don't ask from people money. I don't even call them. I don't have bread in the house. I'd rather call my mother to say I don't have food in the house for them to give me food and put on the table, which it doesn't happen because I'm a man. I try to use my own hands to survive and to work hard and to provide and see what I can do. So with all these on the table, and you're just there to assassinate what I'm called for. For me, that's not even, that's the only time I could say that's very evil. Because you're not after my name. You're not even after me. I don't care if you come after me. I'll not respond to you. I don't have time for that. But you're coming for what I'm born for. I didn't come on this earth to come and accumulate wealth and money. I came to save lives. I came to preach the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. Now you're going out there and then you said, I'm not called. I'm a fake man of God because of an audience that will listen to you. I'm a fake man of God. Everybody in the room must disconnect from me. But even people that can see the truth, they'll say, but the person you're talking about is not the person that we know. He has not talked about that I funded the whole situation. You're pinning 88,000 on me that we got as a ministry. And you're pinning it as the amount of money that could buy a car, that could buy a house. I don't understand. You send a message to people that no money must be paid to us. They must be paid directly to you. And people must get refunds. And there's a message that came from them. It's already, I think I gave you the proof. We'll show them on everything on Facebook.
Oh, we're going to show that next Thursday.
Yeah. You are saying things that never existed. They don't exist. I don't know where they're coming from. You're making them up on the pulpit. I can't even get broken. I feel sorry for people who are listening. Because I'm like, they are going to get that picture that's, oh, that's Apostle. He actually steals money from people. He extorts money from people. He does all these particular things that you're saying. But is it true? Do you have proof for what you're saying? If you do have proof, bring it on the table that I'm extorting money. Even just bring two people to say that, no, he extorted money from me. I will bring my own ministry. I'll even bring people from the public. They'll tell you, he never does that. I have one-on-one every Wednesday. I'm talking about every Wednesday before service. I have one-on-one. People come to see me. Nothing like put money on the table to see me. Nothing of such. And I'm not saying I'm a man of God that is like, an ordinary man of God. I pray for the sick get healed. I pray, I prophesy, I do all these things. I'm not somebody who just like, who doesn't have anything on him. That's why he can't. No, people testify. People know what happens in our ministry. I don't publish them in public because I'm not yet ready. I was not yet ready. There's a certain level of professionalism that I was trying to put up before I bring my content to the world. The only thing, the furthest I do is I only send pictures. We have even stopped sharing testimonies on our page because we're trying to get an environment before we bring it to the public. And I was only willing when we move from the building where we are to the building that we're going to be moving to, and all these things that I'm saying. So for me, if he's saying something, let him bring the tangible proof to say this is what he did. This is the money that he stole. And he makes statements consistent. Even in that video, I think it will come up where he says over 1,000 people or 1,000 people gave in the conference. But you're the one who put up the list of the people. You know amount of money that people paid, and you know the amount of money that they did not pay. And you're asking to send you all the money, and you're saying they paid, and the amounts I'm giving you, they are all fake. So I don't understand where you're getting that if you have the proof in your hands. And if you're saying The amount of money people gave is able to buy a house and buy a car. Mr. Solomon, you need to come and enjoy these things then with me, because I don't know where they are.
He needs to show us the
so
proof first. Well, thank you so
exactly.
much, Apostle
Yes.
Jimmy Nwaba from Home of Power Ecclesia in Namibia. The first part of this, in defense of his integrity, in defense of his reputation, in defense of the church. He's given his side of the story because he's been attacked in the last few weeks by John Anosike of Spirit Revelation Ecclesia in Cape Town, and with no proof. With no proof. The only proof that John showed was your photo left for me.
Yeah.
You know? Unlike here where you're showing proof, you give me proof and I'm showing. And on Thursday at 8 p.m., please join us again, where we're going to discuss these allegations in details and show you conversations and show you more proof. One thing I like about you, Jimmy, is you're not here to attack him. You're here to just deal with facts, to clear things up, which is very important. And we must do that. Unlike him, we're not going to go around calling people idiots, stupid, and foolish. That is not in our vocabulary as Christians. We respect people, but we disagree with people where we have to disagree with people. 100%. We love people, but we disagree with people when it comes to the word of God, when it comes to truth. There's no way we're going to compromise. So thank you so much. Any last word from you?
My last words is there's nothing for me. All I can say is let love be the lead to all these things. I'm not here to destroy his name. I'm here to state the facts straight. If he never talked about it, none of you could have ever heard about it. You've never seen me over the years. People attack me. I don't respond. This is the first time I'm responding because he's attacking what I'm born for. He's not attacking my name. He's attacking my ministry, and I'm only responding to state the truth on the table. Nothing else. And I'm not here to fight. We still love him, respect him, but the truth has to be heard. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pastor Jimmy Nwaba, pastor and the leader of Home of Power Ecclesia in Namibia. We'll be back again on Thursday, where we are going to have a second part of this, because there are certain things that you have to say to respond when your name is being tarnished and taken to the mud. You have to give your side of the story. If not, trust me, John is a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian too. John will keep doing this for the rest of the year. And what would happen to the character and the reputation of this young man? It will be destroyed. And the mission that God has given him in Windhoek, the city, in Swartkop, across Namibia, would be destroyed. And I'm not, as a broadcaster, I'm not going to watch that. I believe he deserves an opportunity to give his side of the story. I wish John was going to come here and give his side of the story. But no, when I sent him a message, he called me an idiot, which is very unchristian. But thank you so much once again, Jimmy, and all the guys from Namibia who joined us. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click subscribe immediately. And we'll catch you again next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. God bless you too.